This is Zorra. She's having a very, very active day today. In terms of her own, in terms of what's going on in her life, she's doing just fine. She's been off her medication for, past week now. And she never really showed much signs beyond that first day that she had any real, any sort of like upper respiratory or anything like that. My own life has been one big fountain of development, some private that I won't get into, but my apartment has been conspiring against me to have all sorts of problems, which has been kind of fun. My air conditioner is working again, which is nice. I had to take a loaner from the management for a couple of days. Fortunately, the weather wasn't so hot that I was, boiling, but it did get uncomfortable at times. I got a few other things that are just going on. But they're not really relevant to the cat that is Zorra right here. Today, I'm going to be trying to take her out a little bit on the harness because she had been really curious about the hallway. It is a little bit of a rush. I'm not expecting her to really go for it for very long. But she's been out on the hallway on a harness once before. And, she didn't seem to mind the harness at all, but she did seem a little concerned about the hallway. But my goal with her, in terms of harness training, is to be able to take her out onto that pathway. I don't know if you can see it. If I zoom up, you might see it. It's a little bit of a ways, but I imagine I could possibly get her interested. But if not, I'm sure she wouldn't mind looking around out there. Although I would have to get her interested long enough to get out of the parking lot up front to get out there. Further plans are going to be involving the deck itself. I'm going to get like some rugs and some chicken wire or something across the bars there. Maybe a grill or something. Something to make it a little more homey, but also a good place so that Zorra, if she wants to go outside, I can let her out, supervised, of course, because it's still fairly high up, but she is awfully talkative this morning. Other than that, I've just been trying to catch up with my life since my guest had left. Eh, eh. And I know that often I've been asked, and I think I may have even mentioned this in a Zorra update already, but I had been asked before if I plan to get another cat, and for right now the answer is not. I mean, yes, but no. I do plan to get Zorra another little sister someday, or possibly a little brother, but I am personally not ready yet. Which has actually left Zorra in a bit of a conundrum because she wants to play so much in ways that I can't play with her. But I'm not ready to get her someone to play with that actually would play with her the way that she wants to be played with. But other than that, she's been awfully snuggly, and she'll often join me in bed, though usually it's in the mornings to play. But I mean, I can usually entice her to sleep with me a little. And she can be quite the lap cat. See, what else could I tell you about? I'm on vacation, so I'm not worried about my day job for a little while. Which means I can give Zorra a lot of attention. Which she likes. Not quite to the Ridley extreme, but she enjoys attention. Yeah, there was not an update on Monday. I had thought about doing an update on Monday, but between my air conditioner not working and the fact that it was already Memorial Day here in the United States, I kind of felt like I could take the day. But here I am on Wednesday, and I got Zorra, and she is doing so well. Zorra! I think her belly fur is mostly grown back. I mean, it's still visibly shaved, but I really wonder how fast belly fur grows back. It doesn't seem very fast. Abby's never seemed to grow back. I know it would have in time, but it never seemed like it was any sort of hurry to grow back. I know another bit of news, another update related to Zorra. I had, because of my guest, taking her back to the airport in Omaha so that she could go home. We stopped at PetSmart, and I got Zorra some toys. So first off, I got her this. It's a kicker. It's kind of I think it's a sloth. And I'm not entirely certain Zora's as fond of it as she is of the mediation cheetah or the tiger. When I first put it down, she actually looked very wary of it. But I have seen signs that it has been played with, but she's not as enthusiastic. But I wanted to make sure that she had at least some sort of plush that was actually designed for a cat to play with, just in case. So that's one thing I got. And then littered around here, let me see if I can find any. Zorra. There she is. She's coming. She sees the worm moving along. I don't know if you can make that out. I got her fur-covered mice toys. There's one. There's a few of them, and she absolutely loves them. As I laid them out, when I laid them out, they were just in a pile right there, and she has spread them all over. That's actually just one of the citrus mice, but right here is another one of them. And she absolutely loves them, although right now she is much more interested in the worm because I'm carrying it around for her benefit. And then finally, the last thing I really got her, well, actually, no, I got her two other things. I got one other thing, is I got her a new litter box, the Breeze system, which is supposed to make for a slightly less mess. Because my current litter system, it works well to make sure to, makes it easy to clean up, but it also tracks very, very easily. And that can be a problem in a place like this. And I also just started getting really tired of litter getting on under my feet. Whereas those pellets should track a lot less and it should be easier to maintain. But another thing I got, and this seems to have been the complete miss so far, was these freeze-dried shrimp, which she surprisingly just didn't really go for. I laid them out for her, thinking she was just going to vacuum it right up, and she sniffed it, gave me a look like she was glad that she let her sniff it, and then she left. Then the only time I actually got her to eat it, the portion that I gave her, was I stuck it straight in her food, and then she ate it. So jury's still out on whether or not those freeze-dried shrimp are of any interest to her. She does love food, but, even food-motivated cats can get finicky. Zora's definitely less picky than Abby was. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Just working on some other non-cat related projects right now. I had a bit of a scare today thinking I wiped out all my data, all 8 terabytes of it, including work files, all my media, all my personal files, and a lot of pictures of Abby and Zorra and vacation pictures. That was fun to worry about. But it turns out it's all okay. So, yeah, I got a lot of friends and family concerned about me because I freaked out on Facebook over it. But considering the month, the kind of situations I've been going through, a lot, nothing I need to get into here, but it did get a little bit of concern. But, you know, I could lose a lot more, a lot worse, to be honest. And as long as I got Zorra, it doesn't really matter, does it? And that's where I'm going to leave you.